Hello, good evening. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my live. What can I say? Spurs have lost again against Sunderland. We are an absolute shambles of a football club, aren't we? Once again, we are heading for the championship. I was absolutely deluded the other day when I thought Spurs would go to Sunderland and get a win. I thought we would. I thought we would go there and get a win against Sunderland. I thought we'd win 2-1. I was very optimistic. I got called deluded by some people. Stop. Is the one that called me deluded. I was called deluded. I thought we would go to Sunderland and get a result. I thought De Zerbi would turn up and he would get his ideas in play. And I don't know. I must have thought it would just click a finger and we'll just, we'll be in gear and we'll get a result. Was I wrong? I was way wrong. This team is just not good, are they? Like the players, not to mention the formation or the lineup he picked, De Zerbi picked. He got it completely wrong, playing Archie Gray and Birdwell in the midfield when they've got Granit Xhaka in there, and I don't know whether else they've got, but Granit Xhaka, and they've got and they play, and it just goes to show how bad we are when we've got players like Mawani, Richarlison, and Solanke up front. I mean, Richarlison, he had a couple of chances where he might as well have just passed the ball to the keeper because they were absolutely poor, those chances were. Solanke, what did Solanke do? And Mawani, I mean, I don't want Mawani anywhere near this football club. I don't want him playing for us again. And I've seen people going around saying we should have had a penalty and stuff. Well, that was never a penalty. In my opinion, that weren't a penalty. I think Mawani, if you look at it, he was falling over before the contact was made. I've had people that are not Spurs fans say it was a penalty. I'm in a WhatsApp group, someone who's a Leeds fan said it was a penalty. I said, that ain't a penalty, mate. There's no penalty about it. Couple of people in the chat, but if you're new here, smash a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm 110 subscribers at the moment. I am building, so I just hopefully can get there. If I get to 115 on the stream, I'll be happy, but we'll see. SJ, I'll call you SJs in. Let's hope we can just get a few results and maybe that will be good enough to stay up. Yes, I hope so as well, but I just don't see where the results can come from. I think we are that bad. I thought we'd get a result in Sunderland, but boy, was I wrong. I just don't see it at all. Lisa's in the house. Big up, Lisa. Evening, Anthony. Evening. How are you today, Lisa? How are you after the game yesterday? Yeah, we're just absolutely awful, aren't we? I don't know where we go from here. If you look at my thumbnail, I put the championship title on there, and I put a couple of championship teams badges in because I think we're doomed. I think we're going down. I just can't see us getting out of it. I just how bad Spurs are. And it depresses me, the fact that we had players in the past like Kane and Son, with Dele Alli, with Christian Eriksen, with Lamela. I mean, Lamela, I wasn't a massive fan of Lamela, but I'll give my right arm for Lamela now. With Musa Dembele, we had defenders like Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, Danny Rose, Cole Walker, Hugo Lloris. We had all these players. Even Eric Dyer when he first came to Spurs. Now we've got, and this Spurs fans got rave about Van der Ven, they rave about Romero. These players would not get in our best 11. They are awful. But Van der Ven is a good defender in his day, but he just doesn't work for it. He just doesn't care. Romero doesn't care. Romero was crying at the end of the game yesterday. Do you think he was crying for us? Do you think he was crying because he wants us to help us stay in the league? He wasn't. He was crying because he thinks he missed the World Cup, which I'm hearing today. He's going to be out for the rest of the season, but he'll be available for the World Cup. What a surprise that is. What a coincidence. Romero don't care about Tottenham. He just cares about himself and his country, which is fine. He cares about his country. That's fine. I'm not dissing him for that. But to at least But Spurs are paying your wages, so at least show a bit of bottle, show a bit of fight for your club. You know, we're paying your wages. But he's never shown that, has he? SJ has put next season we'll be playing local rivals Stevenage and Watford. Well, I'm not sure about Stevenage. I don't know how they're getting on League One at the moment, Stevenage, but we'll definitely be playing Watford. We're playing Watford and Charlton, and maybe Millwall if they don't go up. But this way, Millwall will be going up, we'll be going down. How embarrassing would that be? Lisa's put, I'm good, thank you. Honestly, think we're going down. Unfortunately, I love Lamella. He was proper Spurs. I think we're going down. I just don't see how we get out of this. We've not won this year. We are absolute wank, to be honest. Wank. Not won this year. Those players do not have fight. Even when they brought Tell on, what is Tell doing at this football club? He is dreadful. Absolute dreadful. To Mark, Sheriff's in. Big up, Sheriff. Evening, Auntie. We are screwed. Thanks for nothing, Enoch. Yeah, we are, Mark. Yeah, we're screwed. Can't see us getting out of this. Those players are a disgrace, but who recruited them? Enoch recruited them. It's not just this summer. It's been years of neglect, years of profit before glory. And they don't care. They don't care. They won't sell the club. If we go down, they won't sell the club because they'll lose profit. But even if we go up, and even if we stay up, they won't sell the club. I can't see them selling the club at all. Don't know what you think about that, but SJ's put they're in a playoff spot, Stevenage. Oh, okay, so they might go up then. They might. It's funny because my local team is MK Dons, and chances are they'll be in League One next year. Tottenham will be in the Championship, and they'll be a league apart from each other, which makes me laugh, to be honest. If you're not going to laugh about it, you might as well try. But it's just diabolical. It's just everything about it. It's just absolute shocking. I can't believe it's come to this. We've had teams in the 90s that were poor sides. We had some poor sides in the 90s. We finished mid-table and bottom half all the time. But at least they had a bit of bottle about them. They had players in those teams that just had something about them. This team, I just don't see anything about them. I just do not see. I don't trust them to keep us in the lead. Aussie Ange is in. Big up, Aussie Ange. Good evening. We're getting 3 wins, Leeds, Wolves and Everton, and a point against Brighton. Up the Spurs. We should never got rid of Ange. To be honest, Aussie Ange, I love your optimism, but you thought we were going to beat Sunderland, didn't you? And I did as well, to be honest. So I'm not I'm not out of the woods on that one. Like, I thought we were going to beat Sunderland as well. I think mine was a bit more like, surely we're going to win eventually. Surely we can't go too long without getting results. But unfortunately, we never won, did we? I thought we started quite well against Sunderland. I thought we did, but we didn't. We could have played another game and we wouldn't have scored. We just didn't like scoring at all, did we? So yeah, we just it's worrying times if you're a Spurs fan. I mean, we're taking the mickey out of Arsenal for bottling. It looks like they're bottling the league. If I hate Arsenal and I don't want them to win the league, but I would rather Spurs stay in the Premier League and Arsenal win the league. If there was a choice, if there was a magic power and they said, we'll keep you in the Premier League, but Arsenal has to win the Premier League, then Arsenal to win the Premier League because I want to stay in the Premier League. That's for sure. But the thing is, you said we're getting 3 wins, Leeds, Wolves and Everton. I can't see us beating Wolves because of our record against Wolves is poor. Leeds is tough one. Everton's a tough one as well. Brighton, you never know, do you? With Deserve against his former club, he might pull something out of the bag, but I just don't trust that team. A part of me is glad Romero's out for the rest of the season because I just don't think he's heart or heads in it, and I'd rather Kevin down. So I think he's just more passionate, and there's not much level quality wise. I don't see as much difference because I don't think Romero's all that. Everyone goes on about him being World Cup winner, world class, but he's a World Cup winner with a team with Messi in it. So Yeah, I just don't think. I'd rather Dan so. That's my opinion. And we should have kept Ange. To be honest, at the time, I wanted to get rid of Ange. I just didn't think. I didn't for the 17th in the league. I know we won a trophy, but we finished 17th. I wasn't convinced Ange was the guy. But if I knew we was going to have to put with this shit show again, I would have kept Ange. I'd rather have kept him. So yeah, probably in that aspect, yeah, if we knew we'd done be down here, at least the players knew him and trusted him. So I don't think we'd be in that state again. SJ's put, I don't think Mickey has done well. No, Mickey's a disgrace. He gives it all this. I'm a great player. And he's a good player, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. He's fast, but as a defender, he's not that good. That goal yesterday should never have happened. His positioning was poor. If his position was better, that wouldn't have happened. So I don't rate him. I rate him as a player, but I've seen a lot of him lately, the last few weeks, months even, to determine that maybe he's not actually as good as he thinks he is or everyone thinks he is. Lisa's put big up Sheriff. There we go. Nice saying hello to everyone. Sheriff's put, honestly, can't see us winning another game. Yeah, exactly, Sheriff. Exactly. I was thinking to myself the other day, I said, I thought we'd beat Sunderland. I was that deluded. I thought we would go to the Stadium of Light and get a result. I trusted the players. I thought, I was called deluded. I thought, we would get a result against Sunderland. But now after losing, I can't see us getting a win anywhere. Now we're in the bottom three. We've got Brighton on Saturday. It's not an easy game. And I don't know who we got after. We got Wolves after or someone. But Wolves we always struggle with. And Wolves are doing all right. I know they got battered by West Ham, but it don't mean we're going to go and batter them. So we just look all over the place. I'm very worried. I think we're down. I think we're done. But we'll still support the Spurs, won't we? But yeah, I can't see us getting out of it. I can't at all. Ozzy Ann just put, the squad needs to hear one of Ange's inspirational speeches and should have stayed due to the ending the trophy drought, minimum 10 games. Yes, to be honest, he probably should have stayed. In hindsight, he probably should have stayed. But we still had a bad season last year under Ange. It wasn't all rosy, was it? So you'd say he probably should have stayed. But we had a bad season last year. So in that aspect, and just because it's not worked with Frant or Tudor or De Zerbi so far, it doesn't necessarily mean Ange was the answer, because we lost so many games last year. It's not always the manager. It's not a manager problem. It's a player problem. It's that those players just don't care. There's no fight in them. They just do not care about Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. You can tell by their body language. Mickey van der Ven gave an interview afterwards saying he's devastated. He didn't look devastated to me. Where's those tears in his eyes? Sheriff's put, Lisa Davis, good evening. Yeah, just replying to Lisa's message. Lisa's put, evening all in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Big up, Lisa. Much appreciated, darling. Much appreciated. Ozzy Ann just put, I cannot lose hope until it is mathematically impossible to not stay up. Our league form has been absolutely appalling. 5 points from 42 points. Yes, to be honest, our league form has been worse in the country, I heard. Even worse than Sheffield Wednesday's or something, apparently. Or is it second worst? Sheffield Wednesday might be worse than us. I heard earlier on another stream that ours was worse than Sheffield Wednesday's. That says it all. Our lead form is awful. But I just can't see us. I know I don't want to get until it's mathematically, we've got to have a bit of hope. But I said we were going down. Look, we were 10 points from safety at one point, and I said we were going down. And the people said some people wouldn't believe me. Spurs will get out of it. And I hear pundits saying Spurs get out of it, they would not go down. And now suddenly we're in a relegation zone. We're going down. I can't see it. And I don't want to lose hope like you. I want to be optimistic. But I just don't know where our points are going to come from. That's the thing. Sheriff's put, there's no fight in this team, unlike the 90s. Yeah, the thing is, in the 90s, the team wasn't necessarily good, but they had certain players, didn't they, to get us out of a hole. They had certain players, they had certain mavericks that can just do a bit of magic and get us out of a hole. We were never, even though we were bad in the 90s at times, we were never really in danger of getting relegated, were we? We just finished mid-table every year. Football's boring at times, but we were like a mid-table side. We were never going down. We were never going to challenge for Europe. I would give anything for that now at the moment, just to finish mid-table for a few years in a row, just as long as we stay in the Premier League. Yeah. Ozzy just put, I never thought I'd be cheering on Manchester United. I dislike them as much as Arsenal almost. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I know what you mean. What is the score tonight anyway with Man United and Leeds? I've not checked my phone, so I do not know the score. But yeah, I want Man United to do Leeds tonight. I've got a mate who's a Man United fan, and he's a big mouth Man United fan. Gives it all out all the time, and and sometimes I want Man United to lose for his sake because he always gives me grief about Spurs. But tonight, I really want United to do us a favour. But knowing I like Leeds will beat United. But at least there's no VAR in the Championship. Yeah, exactly. That is one good thing about it. No VAR in the Championship. That's good. 2-0 Leeds. Are you joking me? Aussie Angels put 2-0 Leeds. Bloody hell. Sheriff's put 2-0 Leeds as well. Are you joking? Where the hell does that come from? See, that's a team fighting. Man United have been in great form all season, and Leeds rock up and are 2-0 up against them. That is unbelievable. I can't actually believe that at all. That is unbelievable. But look, Leeds are showing a bit of bottle about them. They're showing Leeds, Forest got a draw yesterday. West Ham won. You know, there's no fighting us. Even Wolves, who are 19th, they're 20th in the league, they're showing a bit of fight. I know they got beat against West Ham, but they're showing a bit about them, aren't they? They're showing a bit of fight about them. You know, they're playing well. They're playing better. They didn't play very well the other night, but they are playing a lot better. They're probably down, but they're playing a lot better. Burnley, I know Burnley are losing, but even their players are showing a bit of fight. They're just not very good. Burnley are just not a good team. But when they're losing by the odd goal. They're not, or the odd 2 goals. They're not giving in. You know, we're giving in. Our players have just given up. They're destined for it. But I'll tell you what, it wouldn't look good for the Spurs players if they have a relegation on their CV. That's for sure. Which players would stay if we go down? I mean, it's get to a stage now. I don't care which players go and which players stay, but which players would stay? I feel like Maddison will stay because he's had his injury issues. So Tudors won't stay, will he? He'll probably go back to West Ham. You know, he joked in the summer saying he had a clock rule on in his heart. He probably will bug off to West Ham in the summer. Maybe not West Ham, but someone bigger than them anyway. That's for sure. Shevers put, all-time Leeds got some balls. All true. Leeds got some balls unlike us. They have. And you know what? This is what I said a few weeks ago. I said it on your show, Sheriff. When I first came, my first appearance, I said, we've not got fighters in us. Our team's not, there's no fight in our team. You know, like West Ham, Forest, and Leeds, they've all got fighters. They've all been there and done it down the bottom in the past, and our players just haven't not been there and done it. They've not got any fight in that team, and that's the issue. That's the issue I have. If they had a bit of fight, but they weren't quite good enough, then I could probably accept that a bit more, even though I'd be devastated still. But the fact that they're not even trying, that's what hurts me. Because these players, they'll go in the summer and they'll go to someone else, they'll go to another club, and they won't think about Spurs ever again. But us Spurs fans, it's with us forever. We think about it. No matter what league you're in, we support Spurs. So we care, but the players don't care. They just don't have the same passion as what we do they? Ozzy just put, we need to have a fan revolt. If we lose to Wolves, that's when I really will believe we are doomed. When is the Wolves game? Have we got them in a few games? Have we got Brighton versus Wolves? I think we're doomed now, mate. I just can't see it. I can't see where we get out of this. Yeah, I can't see where we get out of this. I hope I'm wrong. I really can't. Can't wait. I just can't see us getting out of this at all. Lisa's put, my son is a Man United fan. Laugh out loud. I feel sorry for you, but you need to tell your son what is going on tonight. They're letting us down. They're letting us Spurs down. They're really letting us down tonight. I'm not happy with United tonight. What is going on? Hopefully they turn it around second half. One sec. If we go back to this one a minute. Makes me laugh with Man United fans, actually, because my mate's a Man United fan, like I said, and he bigs it up. He's saying, oh, Man United are back, and they're all doing all this, they're doing all that, and like they're taking mickey out of Spurs being near the bottom. But United were near the bottom last season. I know it's a different season now, but they've had one good season where they're back up the top. Just because they've had one good season don't mean anything. You know, my mate's happy just to qualify for Champions League. How the mighty have fallen. It didn't seem that long ago that they were fighting for winning titles. Now they just want to get in Champions League. SJ's put, I miss 2016, 2019 spirit. Yes, I do. Under Poch, we had a good team spirit. We had players in there that fought for the badge, that fought for the fans. That team was very good. This team, I can't see. I just don't believe in any of them. There's not. If you look back at our best 11, probably our best 11 is probably the Poch era in the Premier League. I'd say in the Premier League. The team we have now, who would get in that team? I would say no one. And we don't about Van der Ven and Romero being the best centre backs in the Premier League. I don't like to say it, but Arsenal's two centre backs are much better than ours. Sheriff's put, get on the brunch in the morning, Kitchen's way back as we speak, and a link will be in the chat. Yeah, I'll come on the brunch in the morning, mate. Are you still on there, Sheriff? Is it 9:30 in it, or is it changed time? But yeah, I'll definitely come on in the morning. I like to speak to Cookie as well. Hope he's had a good holiday as well. I'm on holiday actually on Saturday. I go to Turkey for 5 nights. Me and my partner, just us, no kids, which is good. So I won't be doing any streaming. I won't be doing any lives next week, but I'll do a couple of shorts while I'm out there, I think. Ozzy Andrews put, this never ever would have happened under Daniel Levy. The thing is, I said that a couple of times that it wouldn't have happened, but to be honest, Daniel Levy caused a lot of shit as well. So he's not off the hook that much. He caused a lot of issues. So it's not just obviously I don't think we would be in a relegation zone if we had Levy. So I think he would sacked Frank a long time ago and probably got someone else in. But you know, we struggled last year in the league under Levy's ownership as well, didn't we? So I think the best solution now is for Enix just to sell up, just sell the club and give it to someone that really wants to put football before profit. That's it, really. SJ's put, have we got TikTok? I have, but I don't actually use it that much because I thought I'd just concentrate on YouTube, and then after a while I'll go onto TikTok as well. But I have got TikTok, but I don't really tend to use it that often. Sheriff's put VDV and Romero not on patch on Toby and Jan and Toby. No, because Jan and Toby they fought for it. They not only they were good defenders who knew how to defend, they fought for the badge. You got a sense they loved the club. And I know footballers, they don't, they're not fans, are they? They're not fans of the club. But you got the impression they were like, they loved playing for the club. They were stuck in. They loved playing for the manager. They just this bunch of hairdressers don't. Like Romero yesterday, before he got injured, I had a feeling he'd get sent off because he was flying in for challenges. And a mate of mine said to me that Romero's done a cost us, and you just sense he was, because he was just flying in. He just doesn't care. He doesn't think. He doesn't have a footballing brain. A top defender would not fly in the way he does, and he flies in. Like Paolo Maldini back in the day and Nesta back in the day, they would not fly in like he does. But for some reason he does. He doesn't think about it. He's not that good. He's not a good defender. No, he's a good defender. He's not great. He's not world class. He's he spends more time trying to try and score a goal, which and he has rescued us a few times in that aspect. But as a defender, not for me. I've not been a massive fan of his. He shows glimpses where he looks really good, and there's other times he looks really bad. Shevis put 9:30. Cookie is a little bit upset, so it should be a good one. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious with how everything's gone on at the club. But it is what it is. None of us fans can change it, can we? We just have to dust ourselves up and just still support them. But the players don't deserve our support. The ownership don't deserve our support. We need a complete reset. Someone else needs to come in. I wonder if we go down and they put on the market, would someone still be interested? Someone big still be interested to take Tottenham on? Do you think De Zerbi will still be our manager next season if we go down? I mean, his selections yesterday was a bit strange, weren't it? His selections yesterday were a bit strange, like with the midfield three and with Bergvall, Gray in the midfield, a bit odd. No Xavi either. Just found it very, very strange. But it's one game, Every manager comes in. No one tends to fancy Xavi for some reason. We just, it's a bit weird. I don't know what's gone on there. Shevas put, Legikin said, if you got to go to ground, you have made a mistake. Yes, I agree. Legikin, what a defender he was. Wouldn't we love to have a player like Legikin nowadays? There's one year he was playing. He had obviously a really bad knee. Obviously his knees were fucked, weren't they? So he had a bad knee, and I think it was the year we got into the Champions League, and the first year we got into the Champions League, and he was playing with one knee. And I think we played Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal in the 3 games in a row or something like that. And he played in every game. And was probably man of the match in every game as well. And he's probably the reason we got into the Champions League in the end. And he wasn't even training; he was just playing matches the whole time. So yeah, but it's it is what it is. It's just frustrating. But yesterday, think about yesterday's performances from the team. I thought the only player that played well was Kingsley yesterday, and fair play to him. I thought Kingsley was excellent. I thought he was made a couple of decent saves. With his feet, he looked really good. I thought he played really well. And he was a bit unlucky with the goal. I mean, the goal wasn't his fault. He was just a bit unlucky with it. It was just deflected, wasn't it? Just a deflected shot. Bit unlucky. But it happens. I mean, as soon as that went in, I thought, here we go. How much bad luck do we need? That's just our luck when that sort of goes in. Chev's put Leddy's training was in a swimming pool. Yeah, I know, I heard. Yeah. But what a captain, what a player Leddy's was. He, in my opinion, if he wasn't injured, he would probably be one of the best players in the world around that time. But the trouble is, he was injured all the time. That was the issue. But he was a fantastic player. I absolutely loved Leddy Chin. And did you hear Sol Campbell come out I don't like saying Sol Campbell's name on the stream, but him come out last year or something, and he was on AFTV, and he said he was moaning about Spurs fans, saying maybe Spurs fans don't like him because it was a colour thing, saying it was racial. But are they forgetting that Ledley King, Ledley King's black as well, and Spurs fans love him, so it's nothing to do with a colour thing. That I found really strange. But obviously Kinsley yesterday's performance was spot on. Pora I thought was poor yesterday. His delivery, oh my goodness. I was bigging up his delivery the other day. His delivery is so bad. It is unbelievable. Who was it? Vermeer and Van de Ven I thought were poor. Udogie I thought was poor. I don't know what Udogie offers us. I just think he's a very poor defender. Can't toss the ball, can't defend. What does Udogie actually offer us? It's a bit strange. Midfield, Gray, Bergvall, before they were poor as well. Gallagher, I mean, what has Gallagher done? Gallagher's made us worse, hasn't he? Strange. Gallagher has made us worse. We just do not look. We just not that good with Gallagher. I'd rather have had Paulinho in there. Trouble is, I think Paulinho will be done in the summer. So whether we stay up or go down, and I think that's why we're not playing Paulinho as much, because we're looking to move him on in the summer. But Paulinho looks really. Paulinho's our best player. I mean, if he wasn't a lone player, I'd make him captain. He cares. You can tell he cares. But for some bizarre reason, those pansies do not care about the club. They can just do one. None of them. None of them's worth keeping around. Who else? And the front three. I mean, that front three. It wasn't that long ago we had like Kane and Son. I said earlier, and now we've got Mawani, Solanke, and Richarlison. Richarlison, I hope he never plays for Spurs again. I know we have no choice because of the options we have. But Richarlison, a couple of those chances yesterday, ball got played to him and he just passed it towards goal both times. What was he trying to do? He can't even shoot properly. He just frustrates me. I don't really know what to say, really. He just absolutely frustrates the hell out of me. I was hoping someone would come on tonight and join my live stream to have a chat and see what their thoughts on it, but no one seems to have come on. Sheriff, are you still there? Do not know. But I just don't know where we go from here. Drop in the chat. Where do you think we're destined for relegation? If you're still here, drop in the chat. Or if you do see us staying up, what games do you think we'll win? I just can't. I'm struggling to think of any games where we actually stay up, where we actually get results from. Brighton, that's a loss. Wolves, might do draw against Wolves. Villa, that's a loss. Chelsea, that's a loss. Everton, that's a loss. So one more. Can't remember, but that's all I think. I just don't think we're gonna get any results from any of the games. It's just it's just strange. Very, very annoying, very, very hurtful. I'll give anything for Stefan Freund right about now. Didn't score a goal for us, but at least he gave us that commitment. At least he gave us passion and the fight that we want, that we need. There's players, even like Andy Reid back in the past, which went a long ago, but he wasn't a great player. But at least he showed a bit of fight. Damon Anderton was injured all the time. At least he showed a bit of fight. There's players out there who we've had. I'd love a Jermaine Defoe right now. We've had some top strikers in the past. Jermaine Defoe, we've had Robbie Keane, but Dimitar Berbatov. We've had some top strikers. Peter Crouch. Even before that, we've had top strikers as well. You know what? I'll give up. I'll give everything for Held Up a Steeler right now. And Held Up a Steeler wasn't the greatest striker in the world, but I'll give anything for Held Up a Steeler right now. He missed some sitters. He was a bit like Richarlison. He missed some easy chances. But at least he fought for everything, didn't he? And loads of Spurs fans love Richarlison. I just don't rate him. I've never rated him. I think he's awful, an awful footballer. Should not be playing for Spurs ever. Go back to Everton. Everton fans love him. Go back to Everton. He's not a Tottenham player. He'll probably go back to Everton. Ozzy just put 2-1 leads now. Big up. Comeback is on then, isn't it? Comeback is on. Yeah, comeback. Let's see. Hopefully a comeback is on. And United can do us a favour. But if Leeds get a result, then fair play to them. That's what fighting's all about. What minute's that in anyway, Ozzy Ange? That's quite late, isn't it? It's nearly finished. Ozzy Ange just put, I loved our 2008-13 under Redknapp and season 1 under AVB. That team underachieved too. Didn't Redknapp come in 2010 though? Till 2012. Can't remember who was in 2008 though. Yeah, it was Juan de Ramos in 2008, wasn't it? Because we won the trophy under him. We won the Carabao Cup or the League Cup, should I say? But yeah, the Redknapp team was very good. But Poch team. I'm sorry, the Poch team was the best team we've had in the Premier League ever. We never won anything, but we were so close. Bit more investment from ENIC and we would have won something. But they didn't, did they? But October 2008, Redknapp Ramos came in after 2 points from 8 games. No, Ramos. I know. Ramos won the 2008 Cup with us, didn't he? And then he started the season really bad, and then that's where he lost his job. Yeah, I remember that. So we was in the relegation zone, weren't we, Ozzy Ange? We was in the relegation zone and he got sacked early on in the season because, and Redknapp coming, it just changed the whole place completely. I remember we beat Bolton 2-0 or something at home and we drew 4-4 away to Arsenal when we were 2 goals down in that game. Yeah. That was fight back then. But we had players like Modric back then, didn't we? And did we have Van der Vaart? No, I don't know if we had Van der Vaart that year, but we had Modric. And, we had players that believed in the cause, didn't they? These players don't. Yeah. But don't know where we go from now. I think we're destined for the championship. Yep. I think we're going down. We're doomed. Hopefully not. Hopefully we do have a bit of a miracle and we get us out of this situation. But I don't see it happening. Yeah. Ozan just put, he got us into 2 cup finals. He got us to a cup final. 2. Van der Vaart was brought in the summer 10. Bale was just getting better and better. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember. But anyway, I'm going to end it there tonight. Got a massive headache. feel a bit dizzy as well. Not feel good today. Not felt good for a while actually. I was going for a bit longer, but I feel I'm not feeling too good tonight. So but big up everyone that's watched. Big up everyone that's liked, and if anyone subscribed, much appreciated. And I'll probably be back on Wednesday. I'll probably do one of the watch-alongs on Wednesday. Don't know what game yet, but I might do it. And then I'll do I usually do a Friday show called Friday Diagnosis, but I won't do Friday. I'll probably do it on Thursday instead. So big up everyone for coming on. I'm away next week, so that's why I'll do it on Thursday. But hopefully we stay up. I can't see us staying up. I think we're doomed, but hopefully we do. And if we do, then great. But till next time, enjoy your evening and come on, you Spurs.